In 2009, the New York Yankees team payroll was $201,449,189. The average salary per player on this team was $7,748,050. Their record was 103-59, and they ended up winning the World Series. Meanwhile, during the same year, the Pittsburgh Pirates team payroll was $48,693,000. The average salary for a player on this team was $1,872,808. Their record was 62-99, and they ended up last in their division. It only takes basic math to recognize that the Yankees team payroll is greater than 4 times that of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Although I'm not a Pirates fan, my team, the Baltimore Orioles, also near the bottom of this list. Every year I anxiously await the start of the Orioles season, even when they have to play the Yankees, who year after year are able to go after the big name players because they have the money to fulfill the ridiculous contracts sought after by these players. However, think about how much more exciting and interesting the season would be for most teams if you weren't able to confidently predict the six or seven teams that were going to make the postseason that year. Imagine if teams like the New York Yankees were limited to how much they could spend on their players. A salary cap is necessary in professional baseball in order to keep these teams from unfairly dominating the rest of the league. In this speech, I will discuss the idea of a salary cap, how it functions, and how it could benefit the professional game of baseball. First of all, many of you may be wondering, what is a salary cap? Well, Merriam-Webster defines a salary cap as an upper limit to the combined salary of an entire team. In other words, a salary cap is a restriction on how much teams can spend on their players. This exists in sports such as the National Football League, Major League Soccer, and the National Basketball Association. Now, there are 2 basic types of salary caps. Morris Holbrook, a writer for the Journal of Sport Management, defines a soft cap as the allowance for certain exceptions to the cap based on your team need. This means you could go a little bit over if under certain circumstances. The other type of cap, a hard cap, allows for no exceptions. A hard cap may not be under any circumstances overridden. The National Football League uses a hard cap. Many of you may be wondering, what kind of salary cap is used in Major League Baseball? Well, the answer to that question is none. Teams with more money, such as the New York Yankees, are able to buy the better players in the market because they can offer more money than most other teams. It's almost depressing to notice how the game of baseball has turned into a league of players who seek money over victory. Players in this market often lead towards the team offering the bigger contract. An example of this includes the bidding in 2008 for Mark Teixeira. The Wall Street Journal stated that Mark Teixeira was valued at $172 million by the Red Sox, who left the door wide open for the New York Yankees offer. And little do you know, the Yankees ended up signing Mark Teixeira for a $180 million contract. It's obvious that he chose this contract based on money. There were only about 5 teams who were even able to afford Teixeira's desired contract. Teams such as the Pittsburgh Pirates were completely out of luck. A salary cap in professional baseball could also allow for more competition within the league. The teams with more money wouldn't be able to buy all of players like Mark Teixeira, and teams with more money would not have to teams with less money would not have to play a team composed of $202 million worth of players. Also, the better players would be forced to accept less money and play for teams with less money. Now, some of you may argue there are sometimes a fair amount of teams that make the postseason with a low salary. For example, the Tampa Bay Rays, the San Diego Padres, and the Florida Marlins all have a year or two where they find themselves in the postseason. However, it's obvious that this is a rather rare occasion, and that we're consistently seeing the same teams in the postseason year after year. So as you can see, Adding a salary cap to professional baseball would eliminate many problems. The games could prove to be more competitive, and the season would be full of excitement and unpredictability. A salary cap could allow teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates to end a streak of 18 consecutive losing seasons and perhaps make a run for the postseason. A salary cap may be the only answer in keeping the New York Yankees from buying another World Series championship. Thank you.